Namaskaram. My name is S. Ashok Kumar. Welcome to my channel. In the last part, I explained nose, pharynx and larynx, and in this part I am going to continue from the larynx, that is a trachea or windpipe. So first I will tell you the structure of the trachea. Actually this trachea starts from the posterior part of the larynx. For your reference purpose, I am taking, this is the larynx. From this larynx, trachea is expand like this. Okay? This is the trachea is expanding. Comes out. This trachea, first point I am going to tell about the trachea is, it is about 12 centimeter in length and 2.5 centimeter in diameter. Okay, 12 centimeters in length and 2.5 centimeter in diameter. The next point, this trachea is made up of 16 to 20 number of 16 to 20 incomplete or C-shape hyaline cartilages. This made up of trachea is made up of 16 to 20 number of incomplete or C-shape hyaline cartilages. Okay, na? These hyaline cartilages, these C-shaped cartilages, horizontally arranged one by one like this, horizontally arranged like a coin by coin, stacks. These cartilages are connected by the dense connective tissues. So here I said they are incomplete or C-shape. This, for example, this is a C-shape if you assume like this, one cartilage. This is like a tube. This is the closed part. This is towards the ventral side. This is towards the dorsal. The open part of the C is faces towards. This one is a esophagus. This is a esophagus. This is a trachea. The open part of the C ring is this C. The open part of the C is faces towards the esophagus. Okay, na? The next point you need to understand, trachea is made up of pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium. Trachea is made up of pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. This trachea at 5th thoracic vertebra. So assume this is a 5th thoracic vertebra. There trachea get divided. Into primary bronchi. This point is important for the exam. At the 5th thoracic vertebra, trachea is divided into primary, left and right primary bronchi. Each primary bronchi enter into the corresponding lungs. Okay, going inside. There is a primary bronchi divides into, this is a secondary bronchi. Okay, this is secondary bronchi divides into like this, tertiary bronchi. This tertiary bronchi further divides into, these are initial branchioles. These initial branchioles divides into terminal bronchioles. This terminal bronchiole is a continuous like this. This one is a alveolar duct. Alveolar duct. This alveolar duct is a continuous like this. This one is a alveolar sac. Alveolar sac. This alveolar sac consists of number of irregular shaped structure. They are functional unit of lungs called alveoli. So this total primary bronchi to secondary bronchi to tertiary bronchi divided into initial bronchiole, terminal bronchioles, then alveolar duct, alveolar sac consists of alveoli. The total one, this total portion, this total structure is called, it's like a one by one, get divide. This total structure is called as a bronchiole. Bronchiole, from the trachea to this one, this is a bronchial tree. This is the one. Same thing I will write here for your understanding. Here, it starts with trachea. Okay? This trachea first divides into primary bronchi, where at 5th thoracic vertebra. Then it divides into secondary bronchi. Secondary bronchi also called lobar bronchi. Lobar bronchi, lobes. Then it further divides into tertiary or segmental bronchi. Okay? This tertiary bronchi divides into initial bronchioles. These initial bronchioles divides into terminal bronchioles. Terminal bronchioles. Actually, this terminal bronchiole divides into highly microscopic respiratory bronchioles. Terminal bronchiole divides into microscopic respiratory bronchioles, then alveolar duct, then alveolar sac. Alveolar sac consists of alveoli. Okay, na? This total from the trachea to alveoli, this total structure is called as a bronchial tree. Here the one important point for the exam, from the trachea up to initial bronchioles, from the trachea to initial bronchiole, supported by C-shaped or incomplete rings. That means what? From the terminal bronchiole onwards, there is a disappearance of the C-shaped ring. That is why from trachea to initial bronchioles supported by the incomplete or C-shaped hyaline rings. This is about the trachea and or windpipe. Next I am going to explain about the detailed structure of alveoli. These alveoli are functional units of lungs. Functional units. Okay, na? That means what is the function of the lungs we can understand by taking the alveoli. These alveoli are irregular shape, thin-walled, vascularized bag-like structure. What is the meaning of vascularized? These alveoli associated with the blood vessels, blood capillaries. That one is a vascularized bag-like structures. The total human lungs contain approximately 300 million alveoli. 300 million alveoli. You can understand how much that because of the bronchial tree, the surface area how much greatly increased. Because of the increase in the surface area, that results increases the rate of the diffusion of the gases. The total body consists of certain billions of the cell. Each and every cell requires the oxygen. So each and every cell produces the carbon dioxide. That is why that rate of diffusion should be very high. That is why surface area is uniquely increased because of the bronchial tree, because of the formation of the alveoli. So human lungs approximately consists of 300 million alveoli. Okay, these alveoli is made up of, that is a thin squamous, simple squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium, and supported by elastic membrane. See, observe this one. This is a representation of the alveoli. Already I am showing on the board. This one is a simple squamous epithelium. Simple squamous cell. Simple means what? There is no cilia, there is no such structure. Simple squamous epithelium that is supported by the elastic membrane. Without this elastic membrane, there is more chance of rupturing the alveoli because that much thin walled. Okay, because the thin walled only, the rate of diffusion of gases is somewhat very high. That we will speak later. So next part, this alveoli wall is made up of, two types of cells. Include type 1. Okay, first type 1 cells forms a continuous wall. That means what you are seeing, the total black color what you are seeing, the total one. These are the type 1 alveolar cells. What is the function of type 1 alveolar cells? These are the site of exchange of gases. Next one is a type 2, very important for the exam, type 2 alveolar cells. These type 2 alveolar cells are septal cells. Means they are present in the middle of this particular type 1. I showed now with red color. These are the type 2. These are somewhere in the middle present. These type 2 alveolar cells present in the middle of that particular type 1. What is the function of these type 2 alveolar cells? These cells produce alveolar fluid. Alveolar fluid. There is one function of the alveolar fluid is like, these are responsible for moistening the inhaling air. Already I said, moistened air is having the greater rate of diffusion than the dry air. One more important thing of this alveolar fluid contains surfactant. What is this surfactant chemically? That is a lecithin. So the structure of what is the lecithin? Lecithin is actually one type of the phospholipid. What is importance of this is surfactant? Where it is present? Surfactant is present in the alveolar fluid that is secreted by the type 2 alveolar cells or septal cells. What is the function of surfactant? This surfactant decreases the surface tension. And increases rate of diffusion of gases. That is the importance of the surfactant. That is the important. That surfactant is a chemically lecithin secreted by the type 2 alveolar cells, responsible for the reducing in the surface tension, thereby increasing the rate of diffusion of gases. The last point, this alveoli associated with contain macrophages. Alveolar macrophages, also called as dust cells. So when I said the alveolar macrophages, Immediately you can tell this function is a phagocyte. Phagocytosis means what? Any foreign particle or bacteria enter into alveoli through inhaling air, get engulfed, get killed by these dust cells or alveolar macrophages. This is about the ultrastructure of the alveoli and its importance. Till now I explained about the trachea and alveoli. If you understand this concept, please like this video and share this video to your friends and subscribe our channel. If you have any doubts about the chapter for the NEET exam you are writing or academic exams you are writing, you can comment below. Definitely I will help you. Thank you.